Giants are not a new or modern invention. In fact, stories and myths about giants have existed for thousands of years across many cultures. Could all of these stories have a basis in fact? In today's video we will explore that question and the stories and myths involving giants. The year was 1907, archaeologist and Egyptologist James Quibell was excavating a site called Beit Khalif in Egypt. James found wall paintings, stone steles, false doorways, and also something that was not quite right. He reported finding several unusually large skeletons at the site. He interpreted these remains as evidence of a race of giants that once existed in ancient Egypt. According to his accounts, the skeletons were of significantly larger stature than average humans, suggesting a distinct population of giants. The site is known for its Old Kingdom necropolis, dating back to the 3rd dynasty of ancient Egypt. When ancient Egyptians talk of their past, they acknowledge the existence of earlier times and earlier rulers. In fact, ancient Egyptians trace their history back thousands of years and even list their rulers from those times. Ancient Egyptians say before them a race of gods ruled the world. Could these giants found by Quibell be the ones the Egyptians called gods? Could God just be a mistranslation for giant? Although there is no concrete evidence, the histories and myths from these ancient cultures usually have a root in reality and are based off of something very real that happened. In early 1520, renowned explorer Ferdinand Magellan was in the process of circumnavigating the world. He and his crew explored the farthest reaches of South America and found a village in the Patagonia region. In this village, Magellan and his men saw people 7 to 9 feet tall. They marveled at their size and strength. In all their travels they had not seen people this large. One giant was so tall one of Magellan's men was able to walk between his legs. Could this be a case of embellishment, or could there have been a tribe of giants in a remote village in South America? According to Peyote oral tradition, the Ct were a race of red-haired giants that inhabited Nevada thousands of years ago. The Peyote people claimed that their ancestors fought and eventually exterminated these giants due to their cannibalistic nature and their aggression towards humans. The Native Americans were said to have pushed the last of the giants into a cave and set the entrance on fire, killing all within. People again thought that this was just another myth or legend until in 1912 a mining engineer named John Thierry excavated a cave in Nevada and discovered a range of artifacts, including woven baskets, stone tools, and mummified remains. Among these remains were the alleged skeletons of the Ct, which were described as being much larger than those of modern humans. Also within the cave was evidence of burning. Yet another case of people assuming that all myths are simply made up. When you have cultures with strong oral traditions, their history will be passed down through stories. Sure, you won't have the facts completely after a few generations, but the core of the story is there. In Greek mythology, the Gigantes were a race of giants who fought against the gods in a fierce battle known as the Gigante. The giants sought to overthrow the gods and assert their dominance over Olympus. They were depicted as monstrous beings with serpent-like bodies and multiple limbs. The Gigante represented a cosmic struggle between order and chaos, as the gods defended their divine rule against the forces of disorder and rebellion. The battle itself was fierce and dramatic, with the gods and giants clashing in a mighty conflict. Zeus and the Olympians ultimately emerged victorious, aided by the hero Heracles and other allies. Some might say that this is simply another myth and story the Greeks used to explain their world. However, people also said that about the Battle of Troy, and then archaeologists found the city. This battle could have been exaggerated and embellished over time, but could have roots in reality. The stories and myths, especially from our ancient past, have all been grouped together as false. However, cultures without written language pass their history on orally. Over campfires the elders recount the stories of old, and the young people remember and retell them to their children, and for generations the histories of these people are passed on. There likely are some made-up tales thrown in there, but we cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater. There are likely truths at the heart of many ancient stories. How could hundreds of different unconnected cultures around the world have stories about giants? Could thinking about giants simply be part of being a human? Perhaps one day we will be able to parse out the truth and be able to glimpse our ancient past a bit better. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.